Since the departure of Daniel Ricciardo at the end of the 2018 Formula 1 season, Red Bull's second seat has been cursed. Okay, maybe that's a bit extreme, but it has had a major problem with its second seat. Max Verstappen has dominated over all his teammates since Ricciardo, with the pressure of being alongside him often being too much. Since Ricciardo, Verstappen has had 5 teammates, but could a driver within the Red Bull family solve its number 2 problem? That driver is Isaac Hajar. But before we dive into why Hadjar could be the answer to Red Bull's second seat problems, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the Racing News 365 channel. Now, let's get on with the video. As earlier mentioned, since Ricciardo left Red Bull, 5 drivers have partnered Verstappen. Ricciardo's replacement was Pierre Gasly, who lasted just 12 races and failed to claim a single podium. Alex Albon was next, but he was also axed after 18 months alongside Verstappen, a period where he claimed just 2 podiums. Albon was replaced by Sergio Perez, the best of the recent number 2 Red Bull drivers. Perez was alongside Verstappen for 4 seasons, a period which saw him claim 29 podiums, 5 of which were victories. However, his form was shocking in 2024, resulting in him and Red Bull parting ways. Liam Lawson was promoted to replace Checo, but quickly demoted back to Racing Bulls after just 2 races. Since Japan this year, Yuki Tsunoda has been in the second Red Bull seat, but has struggled just as badly as those before him. To put it into some perspective, since the start of the 2019 F1 season, Verstappen has finished on the podium 94 times, whilst the second Red Bull car has been on the podium on just 31 occasions. To make matters even worse for Red Bull, 60 of Verstappen's podiums since 2019 have been victories, compared to just Perez's 5 wins. Verstappen is very much the alpha in the Milton Keynes-based team, with his last 5 teammates having all struggled to adapt to Red Bull's cars due to them being based around the Dutchman's driving style. He likes a pointy front end, something Albon and Lawson compared to the sensitivity on a video game being turned to its highest level. As of yet, since Ricciardo, nobody has been able to completely adapt on a regular basis to Verstappen's driving style. Perez was the best, but even he fell away dramatically. Why is this a problem? Max is winning so often, you might ask. Well, to be honest, Red Bull not having a strong number 2 driver was not a problem for several years, due to the team having been so dominant and Verstappen winning almost every race. In 2022 and 2023, Red Bull only needed Max, but since last year, it has needed a strong second driver. McLaren has exactly that in Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, which is why, with a good car, they managed to overcome an early deficit to Red Bull last year to win the Constructors' title. This year, in what is the best car on the grid, Norris and Piastri have already built McLaren a 197-point lead in the Constructors' title, with Red Bull being 218 points behind. Red Bull has scored 144 points in 2025, 137 of which from Verstappen and just 7 from the second car. That highlights the big problem. Just having Verstappen performing strongly is no longer enough for the Austrian team, as even he is fighting hard for podiums due to McLaren's competitiveness. If Red Bull had a second driver scoring at best consistent points, it would likely not be ahead of McLaren, but comfortably second. And in F1, points mean prizes, in this case in the form of a bigger cash sum at the end of the year. Finishing at worst second is important for Red Bull, as it gives the team millions more in prize money than finishing in 3rd or 4th. Is Isaac Hajar the answer? You know what? He might just be. Everyone feared the worst when Hadjar crashed on the formation lap of the season-opening Australian Grand Prix and was ridiculed by Helmut Marko for crying. Since that moment, he has been perhaps the biggest surprise of the season, and for all the right reasons. The 20-year-old French-Algerian driver has been supported by Red Bull since only 2022 and remarkably never won a junior series category or a karting championship since 2014. He's a driver who went very much under the radar but picked up consistent podiums and victories. While some questionable radio language has been used over the years, Red Bull clearly saw something in him to sign him to its junior squad. It is a signing which appears to be paying off, with Hadjar having instantly settled into Racing Bulls this season after being the F2 runner-up last year. He has scored points in 5 of the 9 completed rounds, putting him 9th in the drivers' standings. Since Lawson returned, he has outqualified him 6-1, whilst their Grand Prix head-to-head is 7-0 in Hadjar's favour. He is a regular in Q3 and a regular points finisher. Marco has even gone from ridiculing Hadjar in Australia to comparing him to Verstappen as recently as Imola. After Imola, Marco told Sport Deutschland, "Hadjar is certainly one of the big surprises. He was fast from the start except for his slip-up in the first race. Like Max, he's on the ball after 3 laps, even though he wasn't familiar with most of the tracks. He's been in Q3 every time, in the points every time, unobtrusive, unspectacular, but incredibly fast. With more practice, it's clear he could be a contender." With Tsunoda struggling at Red Bull and Hadjar getting stronger and stronger at Racing Bulls, he could just be the driver to solve the team's second driver problems, particularly with Marco having seen similarities between the young driver and Verstappen. Only time will tell if Hadjar gets his shot at Red Bull, whether that will be this season or in 2026. Let us know in the comments what you think and be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you later.